the show. Prepare for 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 the show.
Prepare for the show, 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 prepare for the show.
Prepare for the show. Prepare for the show. Prepare for the show.
Prepare for the show.
Prepare for the show.
Prepare for the show. Prepare for the show. Prepare for the show. Prepare for the show. Prepare for the show. Prepare for the show. Prepare for the show. Prepare for the show. Prepare for the show. Prepare for the show.
Wefobz Series.
What's happening, Wefobz Nation? Welcome, welcome, welcome. It has been a long while since we popped off one of these, but if you've been joining me from before, I would say welcome back, but I don't think it's welcoming back. It's a new show, new time. And it's your boy Guy So Smooth, co-founder of Wefobz, holding it down right here. Welcome to Wefobz Stream Surge, the Pasefika Series. We're bringing back Stream Surge, and here it is. It's a show I've been wanting to do for a very long time. I've just been working the back end, getting the designs just right so we could live stream it to all of you. So what is Stream Surge? Usually we're looking at doing deep dives into topics of our choosing. It happens that we've been doing a lot of things on our own Wefobz platform, and it finds us wanting to do a deep dive into the information and all the data we collected there because we figured you would want in on that information. Before it was news, mysteries of the world, we're still going into that, but we're coming in on something very cool, very exciting, and we would love for you all to join. Like if you haven't noticed from the intro, it is the Pasefika series. What is the Pasefika? All islands in the Pacific. That's what it is. And if you haven't noticed, we pulled up our website window right there for those of you who are viewing it on widescreen. And then for those of you who are viewing it on mobile, it's right here down below me. And there's a lot of things interesting here at Wefobz we're going to go over. So Stream Surge is going to go into it. You're going to join us for the journey. And let's just say it's something that's never been done before. Without further ado, why don't we get at it? Because opening it up, Stream Surge is going to be on a whole different level. All right. Everybody got it? Everybody got it? We cool. Let me get this set up and we can transition right into it. Let's go. So here we are at the Wefobz website. This is where you're going to do all your searching if you're actually going to attempt to get a hold of the information we have. We always throw it up here. Wefobz.io leads you straight over to our website. Some of you are like, oh, come on. Doesn't look good on mobile. Our website looks good on mobile and it looks good on desktop. Trust me, we put the work in. For Stream Surge, though, we're taking a lot of our topics. Today's episode is part one, American Samoa Ancient Sites part one. We're taking this from what we're calling our atlas right here. If you click on it, it brings up our Ancient Oceania Network. We named it the Ancient Oceania Network. It's a working map of documented archaeological sites all throughout Polynesia, Micronesia, and Melanesia. All right here. And you can do all kinds of cool things on here. This is for a bunch of you who are in the science world, whether you're an amateur or you are a veteran or a professional. This should be very interesting to all of you. This should be very cool information to have. The Ancient Oceania Network. Look it up. It's on our Wefobz website. This is where we're pulling our content for today, or today's episode. So let's get back to the website, because if you go to the project section of our website, you'll find there's a thing called the Wefobz Explorer app. You should know this section if you've been following us, because we've been doing a lot of episodes using the Wefobz World app. We have what we call the Explorer app right here. I want you all head down over to Wefobz.io if you're following right along. If you don't, you don't have to, because this is a live show. Click on the Wefobz Explorer app and it'll take us to where we want to be. This is where we're going to start talking about things that goes down on Wefobz Stream Surge, the Pasefika version, or sorry, I say the Pasefika series. Like I said, this is American Samoa Part 1. We're going to go through ancient sites from the first country we saw on our atlas. If you look at it right here, I'm going to zoom in. Let's see if I can get it zoomed in right here. Right here. The first two sites on this atlas is the first one's called TSL Lupe sites, the Star Mound here in American Samoa. It's a U.S. territory in the South Pacific. And there's another one called Site AS3172, which is an ancient stone wall. We're going to take a look at that stuff. That's what we're going to dive into right here on Stream Surge. I want to do a deep dive. And I plan this Pasefika series is we're going to go through all these sites until we're done. Why? Because I can, and because I want to have it documented. But I also want you to share in the journey. I wanted to learn about these sites for a long time. That's why we worked here at Wefobz to put together this map, this atlas, this it's a cool app, actually. And we wanted to bring to all of you, and we figured we feature it on one of our live streams. And yet here we are. Let's put that in motion. Get back to the website. Here we go. you're gonna pretty much find that you'll be blown at the way we did this app. So we call this the Wefobz Explorer app. Um, this app helps us with taking information and breaking it down so that we could learn more about it. Like I said, Wefobz Stream Search is all about the deep dive, and we're gonna deep dive these two sites we saw on our the first top for our atlas. First one being right here. They call it the TSL Lupe Star Mound. Don't worry about this upcoming thing. I was supposed to launch that live, but we're live streaming anyways. I can do that after the live stream. And once again, it's right here on our Explorer app. Before we talk about this ancient site, which is found in American Samoa, we got to talk about American Samoa, guys. Yeah, that's my second home. First home, I've got like 3 homes: American Samoa, Hawaii, California. My 3 favorite homes. I've been through each one of them. I haven't been to California for a while. It's been a while. I miss all of you all out in Frisco, California gang. But American Samoa is my other home that I was, your boy Guy So Smooth was based at for a very long time. But here we go. You opened up the information on that freaking country or whatever, the island, and our app gives you the data if you're looking for it. If you don't know what American Samoa is and you live in the United States, man, where are you really? A lot of people around the world probably don't know about it either. You should. Like I said, we've put all the information right here. American Samoa population about 45,000, 45,300. That's established as of 2026. One of the other cool things about the app, I'm saying, everything you have here, we cited it. Sources are cited, people. We're not just pulling it out of our, what. The capital of American Samoa is Pago, and our political status we got over there. It's known as an unincorporated, unorganized territory of the United States. Land area mass about 199 kilometers square. That's about 77 square miles. The languages you speak out there, Samoan and English, and the currency is the US dollar. This was last verified back on August 2026 when I pulled that data. But the cool part also that we put in our app is the ancient origins and the original names of these places. Like I said, we're starting in American Samoa. So let's look at it. Let's see what we got. Here's what we got. Motu o Salaya, or Motu o Salaya, or Motu o Salaia. There's different pronunciations depending on the variation, but I'm pretty sure the cultural heads, oh man, freaking planes overhead. The cultural heads over on the island of American Samoa will tell you correctly the name. Literally, the island of Salaya, an alternative name specifically for Tutuila, not the wider territory. This is specifically for the Tutuila Islands. Honoring a woman named Salaya, also recorded as Motusa, meaning the sacred island. Oral tradition, a Samoan genealogy source adds that the island was given to Salaya, the daughter Salaya, or a daughter of Malekua. What is this? Fua Oletoyadu, by a woman named Taima. Taima in Samoan lore, she's a demigod or even like a goddess. She's on that level. So they say Malia Toa Fualekoyalu, that was his daughter. And this demigoddess gave that daughter the name. A fuller legendary detail not present in the core academic source, and it's worth treating as color rather than settled fact. Spelling varies across sources. And then we cite it right here. We pulled from Wikipedia, citing Kramer from 1902 to the year 2000 and the Samoan Islands, page 43. 423. Who else does it like we do it? We know information and the sources they come from is very important. So we've hoped that when you use this app and you access this type of information, you know exactly where it's coming from and why it's used the way it's used. In our sense, we're trying to use it to inform everybody and bring some entertaining content to all of you who are into this stuff. If you haven't noticed, your boy Guy So Smooth got me. I've got a pretty deep background in science and history as well. I don't tell a lot of people about it. My alter ego does, but not me. Moving on. So there's another ancient name which is given to Manua, which is another island of American Samoa. It's a foundational Samoan creation tradition predates written record. So this information predates written record when they recorded it. In Samoan cosmology, Manua, not Tutuila, is the sacred center. Oral tradition holds it was the first land pulled from the sea by the creator god, Tangaloa, making it the cradle of Samoan and wider Polynesian civilization. Because of this origin status, Manua carried the name Motusa, Sacred Islands, and its paramount chiefly title, Tui Manua, is described in Samoan oral history as the oldest and most senior title in all of Polynesia, reportedly never conquered, even during the Tongan occupation of Tutuila, Polu, and Savai. This is mythology and oral tradition, consistently retold across sources, not an archaeological or documentary claim. So the source for here, you can find it below. One of the cool things about our app as well is when you see the source, you can click on it and it'll take you directly to the friggin' source. Right here in Wikipedia, Tui Manua, all the details you need to know. People like say, why are you citing Wikipedia? Why not cite Wikipedia? It's open source information. Even though you have to go through it to figure out what source is true or what is not, where else are you going to find an open source of info? We wanted Wefobz to attach to that and be a part of that open source exchange right there. That's why when I wanted to do this live stream, I wanted to bring all of this to you because these are the kind of inner workings that go on in my head, Wefobz Nation. But yeah, very, very cool stuff here. All that data, all that information. But, that's American Samoa for you right here in a nutshell. But we're here for the TSL Lupe Mound, the Star Mound, an ancient site in this island of mine. My people's island, right here. So I couldn't get you know what I noticed when I put this together? There's no actual photo of this site. I need to go, if I ever go back home, I've already put it on my list. I'm going to go take an actual photo of this site so I can change this diagram into a photo. But this is a diagram of what it looks like, what this TSL Lupe site looks like over there. It's a cross section, and it tells you on my app, on our app, it's not to exact scale, it's just a schematic based on documented dimensions. And when you look at it over here, it's about 10 feet tall. It's a two-tiered stone platform, most accessible of American Samoa star mounts. We're gonna get into the star mount thingy, but yeah. Let me see if I need to zoom in some more. Here we go. For those of you who are on the mobile version, if you're having a little hard time seeing that, there's a mobile version of this app. Everything is integrated, both mobile and desktop, so you can see both of it. Just go straight to the website and to that. But this is what it should look like, based on the measurements that are given. Well, the way I also did the site is I asked, in journalism, there's like 5 questions you always ask: who, what, when, where, why. Who, what, when, where, why. And then you have a 6th one: how. That's how I broke down going after for a deep dive into this subject. Once again, Stream Surge is the deep dive. And let's get into that. So who, maintained by this site is maintained by the American Samoa Department of Parks and Recreation. The TSL Lupe Historic Monument was formally dedicated by Governor Peter Tali Coleman back in May 1990. Yeah, this information is cool for all of you history buffs and if you're teaching classes, if you're an instructor in high school or elementary, and you're looking for something different that actually is a part of U.S. history, you may want to check this out. So, what is it? It's a restored two-tiered stone structure, roughly 3 meters, about 10 feet high, the most accessible of American Samoa star mounds and one of the best preserved. Archaeologists believe it resembles the later marae of eastern Polynesia. Ooh, we got to look into that. Um, a viewing platform lets visitors see both tiers without disturbing the site. Let's see what it looks like on Wikipedia. If there's a photo over there, nothing. See, no. I want to switch this. I would love because I live in American Samoa. No, I used to live in American Samoa, but when I go back, I would love to get a photo and put it up for open source. Definitely got to do that. I'm glad I did this with all of you. But that's what Wikipedia pulls up on the TSL Lupe ancient site. Okay, where are we at now? Star Mound. Let's look what a star mound is. So this is a star mound from this page right here. You can pull up this site when you go to it. There, that I think that's the one. Is that the one? Yes, this is the site. This is the image right here. We were looking for the image. You can find it at afar.com. Uh, wow. Let me see if I can zoom in on this image. This is what it looks like. It's pretty bad. Badassery right here, as a friend of mine loves to say. Oh, that's beautiful. That is very beautiful. Freaking the app is beautiful. You know, I never really deep dove into our app until now with all of you Wefobz Nation. I wanted to save this moment to do it live with everybody, and I am glad that I did. You can find the links right here. Anyhow, where is it? It's located on a 0.2 hectare lease plot on the Tafuna Plain near the Holy Family Catholic Cathedral in Ottoville, Tutuila, in a historical park next to American Samoa's only remaining patch of lowland rainforests. Yes, that is where this is located. I'll just leave that up. It's beautiful. I remember seeing this. I do. When there's no confirmed construction date for this specific monument, but American Samoa star mounds as a type are generally believed to have built mostly within the last 500 years. Generally, this is the belief. Why? It was used for a chiefly ritual spot of pigeon snaring. Tia Lupe literally translate to platform for netting lupe. Lupe is pigeon in Samoan. The large fruit-eating Pacific pigeon. Scholarly analysts frames this as more than sport. Pigeon catching functioned as a demonstration of mana and prestige amongst Samoan elites, a competitive arena for status that may have been substituted for outright warfare between rival chiefly lines. In other words, they're saying instead of going to war, they would do these games where you would catch these pigeons. People are like, nasty pigeon. Man, I've eaten a pigeon because it eats fruits and pigeons over here in the U.S. Nah, you're not gonna touch that stuff, bro. But if you're talking about these pigeons, they're literally just flying chickens with a interesting taste. It's not bad. It actually tastes delicious with a little pinch of salt and stuff. Cooking, and that's like healthy eating, healthy cooking. Um, I think they are being um guarded by the federal now. I might be wrong, but I don't think it's. I don't know if they're allowing. I may be confusing it with the fruit bat, but yeah, the fruit pigeons because they eat fruits and their meat is pretty good. Yes, I have eaten this bird before. So this is pulled from Hydrick, 1991. An understanding of star mounds. If you click on it, it'll take you to where? This is the book. You can pick it up. Oh, it's free online reading. This is the book where a lot of the ancient history was recorded from archaeologist named David J. Heydrich. Our website takes you straight to the source where we pulled it. Glad I developed the app that way. How? So this was restored and maintained by the American Samoa Department of Parks and Recreations with a public viewing platform added so many viewers can observe the structure's two tiers without walking on or disturbing the ancient stonework. The foundational academic study of Samoan star mounds as a category is Heydrich's 1991 paper in the Journal of the Polynesian Society. Still, the most cited serious research on the subject. Goes back to that Heydrich dude. Is Heydrich alive? That is the question. We can ask Google. Google, is David Heydrich? How do you spell his last name? Um, Herdrich. Herdrich. Still alive. Oh, he passed away in 2026. Oh, wow. David William Heydrich passed away on July 31st in 2026 in Galt, California. And a great man who put together all this information on ancient sites in American Samoa. Poured one out for you, buddy. That's the how. So the other cool thing about when you come to this app, we don't only talk about the facts about these sites. We also go into the rabbit hole. You'll have a section that deep dives the rabbit holes, or like when I talk about the rabbit hole, why we call it the rabbit hole, it's the rabbit hole in every sense of the phrase. Any outlier information pertaining to these sites, you're going to find right here on our Wefobz Explorer app. Down the rabbit hole, were star mounds really just for pigeon hunting? Some researchers in local oral traditions suggest star mounds may have had a deeper spiritual or worship significance tied to Samoan mythology and its pantheon gods. Beyond the documented pigeon snaring sport, mainstream archaeology treats pigeon snaring or status competition as the primary, best evidence function, with a purely spiritual worship purpose remaining an open debated question rather than an established fact. So this is from Ancient Origins, if you read the source right here. One of these guys that love to dive into alternate histories, Samoan star mounds and stuff. There must be another meaning to these star mounds. Now, which is interesting because I've talked to this with a lot of Samoan chiefs, in a sense. Um, Let me see what's going on. Difficulties. Wrong is we're back again. I don't know why we went out. Oh man. You know what I think it was? Because we've been having problems with the fix this tab. Yes, please. Down. Let me take those sites off. We're running too many resources at one time. Take that off, and that should give us back to where we're at. I do apologize for that. Technical difficulties will get into place because we're like freaking pushing this system to its max. Where were we? The Tia Lupe Mound. That was one of the Now the next one is right here. It's a ghost connection and about an eight-armed war god. This one's interesting. Heydrich's own 1991 research notes that Samoan mythology associates Aitu or spirits or ghosts with pigeon catching mounds. Oh, I never knew that. Honestly, a lot of this stuff I never did know. I'm diving into it for the first time with all of you. I did have an inkling about it, but I didn't know. That's why I wanted to do this. So he goes on to say, in their forest locations and the places of them in supernatural context, a separate folk observation ties the star shape itself to Samoan cosmology. Many star mounds have 8 points, echoing the eight-armed octopus, or Fe, the ward god of Ana in Upolu, which is Samoa. So there's American Samoa, and then there's Samoa. We're going to get to Samoa later on in this series, but right now we're going through all the ancient sites that we know of in American Samoa. This is the real academic footnote, not intent myth making, but it remains an interpretive folkloric reading, not an established claim about the mound's purpose. If you want to cite it and you want to see the site, it's right here. Take you straight to the site. Who is this? This must be one of the researchers. But she's looking at what the site would look like. And that's over there in Samoa, Upolu. That's what you'd be looking at. Something like that. What do you think? What do you think? Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, I was always interested in archaeology, but I've also been more interested in archaeology within Pasefika, especially right here in my own backyard. That's just amazing. Freaking amazing. What do you think? What do you think about that? That is the TSL Lupe site right there in American Samoa. One of the first ancient sites we're covering right here on Stream Surge. We got another site we're about to cover. So I just wanted to check that my avatar is up. Yeah, so I do apologize with that little hiccup that we had there. Mind you, your boy has been pushing the limits of what we could live stream. So please bear along. Let's get back to it. All right. Go back to all the Explorer topics. We've done TSL Lupe. Now, there's another site. We're doing 2 sites for today, or Wednesday. This site, let's get to it, is known as Site AS-31-72. It's an ancient stone wall, also found in American Samoa. Once again, when you go to the app, you click here, you get all the data on American Samoa, also the ancient names connected to the island or whatever country that we're deep diving for Stream Surge. But we want to go to the site itself, and this is what it looks like. There is no image of it. There was an image of the TSL Lupe site, but there's no image of this one. So because I have no image of it, I had to use a diagram. And this is what it looks like. End of the wall. This is an ancient wall, mind you. And then there's like, it's 9.2 feet over here. Interesting. That's like half of that, right? Up to half. The total length is 980 feet. We're going to get straight into it. So this is a schematic. Once again, we drew this schematic. We came up with it. We wanted to present it to you because there's no exact image of it. I hope there's an image when we click the links down below. But you know how images work. Usually images are copyright owned by the specific people who own the research. That's why you were able to see that other image of the TSL Lupe mound. That belongs to that person who did that image. I want to get it and just put it on for Wefobz so you all can have it. But let's get into the deep dive. So who built it? Who did it? Who recorded it? Let's take it. Surveyed by Julie M.E. Taumia for the American Samoa Historic Preservation Office in inventory surveys conducted back in 1996 and 1997. Findings were later presented by Christopher M. Stevenson, Georgia Lee, and F.J. Morin at the 5th International Conference on Easter Island in the Pacific in 2000. Man, they were doing all these presentations back in those days. I wonder why none have been done just recently. It's 2026, people. It's been 20 years. Let's look at what it looks like. Please forgive if you hear any background sound, man. Everybody decided to do all this ish on a freaking Wednesday. Come on, people. Okay. Oh, yeah. There is nothing, no image. But this is where we pulled that all that info. Let's see if there's an image here. Hopefully, no image again. Man, you figure they'd have one, right? I know what our next goal is. Whenever I fly back to American Samoa, you know where we're going. We're gonna start getting images for these sites. Okay, what is it? A prehistoric stone wall, about 300 meters, 980 feet long, with a maximum height of 18 feet or 5.4 meters at the lower end of the slope. At the lower end of the slope, it sits on, tapering to about 2.8 meters, 9.2 feet at the upper end. The top edge stays roughly level despite the sloping ground beneath it. Platforms and other associated features have been identified during survey work. Once again, pulled from that Wikipedia site that we just pulled up. It's located on the Tafuna Plain near Faleniu village, Tutuila, American Samoa. The listed NRHP boundary covers about 0.4 acres or about 0.16 hectares. I think that's what HA is. When was it? It's prehistoric, people. This is blowing my mind right now. Prehistoric. No firm construction date has been established by survey work to date. That is crazy. We don't know how old this wall is. This freaking wall right here, my own people and scientists don't know how old this wall is. That is crazy. It's 2026. You figured they figured something out with all the new tech that we got. Well, it's left up to us, Wefobz Nation, to try and figure it out, right? So why was it built, or why this wall exists? Purpose remains formally unresolved. The leading hypothesis among researchers is a defensive fortification function. The wall scale and the deliberate leveling of its top edge across slope terrain suggest intentional defensive engineering rather than simple field clearing. Though this is explicitly framed as conjecture, not confirmed fact. Tutuila has other sites interpreted similarly, notably the much larger Kakangamatau fortified quarry complex. Let's see there's no image of that complex. Nothing. I know it's in the atlas. I'm pretty sure I have this in the atlas, but yeah. Oh my gosh, people. Seriously, guys? We don't have images of these sites, yet nobody has ever wanted to go out? Well, okay, if I didn't pull together this type of information, I don't think we would ever have known that we don't have images, actual photo images or photographs of our ancient sites in American Samoa. To me, I'm thinking, man, you a dumbass, bro. You should have went out and did this a long time ago. Well, better late than never. Now I know what needs to be done. Literally. This all needs to get updated. I'm pretty sure they're just letting it sit over there and nobody's studying it. It's prehistoric. A lot of the other cool things about what was said right here, people, what you don't know about is that in Tutuila, man, in the freaking Samoan Islands, they be having wars. Like, you watch the Hawaii freaking King Kamehameha movie that what's his name came out with, or the series that they have on, I think it's on Apple Movies or something. I keep forgetting. It's just on the top of my head. You thought that was bad? Man, you should listen to the way wars happen in the Samoan Islands, bruh. Especially, with all the other islands. Like Tonga knows about these wars, Fiji knows about these wars. And these are wars from prehistoric days. Now, if that wall, excuse me, I'm about to cough, bro. Excuse me. If this freaking 18 foot by 980 feet by 9 feet wall was built for fortifications, that must have been one grand war. Because wars, mind you, in our islands, people understood it was not front and front like you stand up to each other, fight, fight, fight. These were, we call it fapo, or these were, what would you call it, guerrilla wars. There we go. You literally are sneaking up on people from the blind side and literally striking them down. You know, that's why I don't laugh, but when I view the way they did the movie with, what's his face in it? Say the guy from King of the Thrones that he made about the Hawaiians. It's a series. It's a series that's going on. When I see the way they do those fight scenes, it's pretty brutal. I think the closest to fight scenes for the ones that you would get with an ancient Polynesian war or ancient Pacific Islander war is, you need to look over there to the Maoris over there in New Zealand. They have a couple of movies out that show that stuff. Yeah. Why am I talking about these wars? I mean, if they're saying this wall was built for that wall or that war to keep people out, to keep the enemies out, you gotta imagine the scale. And it's only a population of, like, the current population of this island is 43,000. Imagine a scale, just a couple hundred people going up against another couple hundred, or even like probably 70 versus 50. It just makes you wonder, man. TV series got to get made out of this. A movie. Soon, soon, soon. We'll get there. We'll get there. But that's why I love exploring these ancient sites. That's why I love that we're covering it right here. So they're saying it's probably a war site, a war construct. On the last one right here, how it was documented through American Samoa Historic Preservation Office. It was a sponsored inventory survey led by Julie Taumia in 1996 and 1997, later published and presented in 2000-2001. The site's own 1996 survey recorded is tagged directly with fortification as a keyword by the archaeological database, alongside settlement pattern and monumental architecture, formally listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1997. And let's click on this, see where it takes us. There's her recorded site records. We're getting back to the same page. All right. That's the facts that we know about it. How about we deep dive the rabbit hole? What do you all think? Deep dive the rabbit hole? You all along? Defense against whom exactly is actually the question here. No historical record or oral tradition names a specific conflict, aggressor, or event tied to this wall. The defensive interpretation is inferred entirely from the structure's form, its height, and leveled up, not from direct evidence like weapons, battles, debris, or dated destruction layer. It's the leading hypothesis, not an established fact. And you can get this source was cited right here in this document of the site. These are one of several mystery walls on Tutuila. So there's a bunch of them. Oh man, what the hell was I doing back there? Site AS-31-72 isn't alone. The much larger Tangata Matau fortified quarry complex elsewhere on Tutuila carries a similar defensive interpretation. Whether these separate sites reflect a genuine period of significant pre-contact inter-village conflict across the island is a reasonable comparative question, but it's a synthesis interpretive reading, not a claim either site's own document makes directly. No single shared dated event links them. You know what's cool? You know what's cool about this? I'll tell you what's cool. You ever watch that movie? It's a movie that, What was the name of that? Man, I'm just losing my mind on names of actors and stuff. But I know it was a movie about he was going to China and they built the. It was a movie about the, the Great China Wall. The wall wasn't built to keep people out. It was keep in this movie. It's a fiction fantasy movie, I guess. The wall was built to keep these huge freaking reptiles out. Why am I saying that? We're down in the rabbit hole. What if that's what was to keep that? Keep something supernatural out. Ooh, I'm just speculating. Don't worry. Everybody said you dumb. I may just be. Sites AS-31-72 doesn't have a picture. It needs to. Wefobz Nation. If any of you are listening, any of you in American Samoa are listening, you think you can get a photo up for us? I mean, I'm not there yet. I guarantee I will get images up for us pertaining to what I'm talking about. For now, just know that they don't exist. But we have these sites that not a lot of you know about. Sad, really. Sad that history is getting, what would you call it? Forgotten while we're sitting around doing nothing, where everybody's trying to do things on a different level, which I can say I'm guilty of as well. Really sad. Ancient history is getting lost before our eyes. A lot of people, we're putting up with a lot of crap that's coming down the pipeline with the leaders of our nations or whatever. You can think what you want to think, but you can't say that everything is going in a good way. What I can say though is I'm glad that you all have joined us on this journey. This is a new chapter. Actually, we've always been on a new chapter. This is a new segment of Wefobz that we're opening up to the public. If any of you realize the significance of what we're doing here, please join us. Comment with us. Chat with us. Live chat is always open whenever we do these shows. I think I want to do one every other day. Wefobz World is going to be launching tomorrow. Episode 13, I believe we're on. We had to push it back. It was supposed to be yesterday, but because we were preparing Stream Search for today, I didn't get a chance to pop that off. But yes, don't let the avatar, this cartoony avatar, fool you. The data we bring or the information we're bringing is not something you can really push off to the side and say, that's bullshit. Come on now. Once again, Wefobz Nation, this is for all of you all, for educational and entertaining purposes. Please take of it what you will. You can find it on our website, wefobz.io. Right there. Everything goes down on this website. All kinds of things. Goes to projects. Go to Wefobz Explorer app, and you have everything you need right there. I hope you've enjoyed our presentation of Wefobz Stream Search, the Pasefika Series. We look forward to seeing you again on the next Stream Search. This has been episode 26 for Stream Search. We've been around, but we're getting further. Join us again next time. Your boy Guy So Smooth telling you all, keep it smooth, keep it infinite, keep it cool. Take care of yourselves, everyone, and we'll see you on the next live chat or live stream session. We out. Wefobz.
Yeah. Wefobz. From a far place to the top now. Feel the rhythm. Yeah. Wefobz from a far place. Came with a suitcase, no place to call home. Just a whisper of a dream on a brand new road I roamed. The city lights were loud, the language felt so strange. But every stumble, every lesson was a necessary change. They call me fresh off the boat, a label and just a new beginning. A tough climb, put my spirit to the test. But I held my head up with the fire in my soul.